Have y'all been enjoying this color theory series? Did you learn something? Anything? Please let me know, because I've been stressed trying to get these videos out, trying to get this content right. But this is our last video in the series for now, and it's about hair color. If you hadn't paid attention to nothing I said, not nothing, you need to pay attention to this video because it's about to make you some money, honey, okay? Also, I want y'all to see the color wheel in two sections, warm and cool. Throughout this video, I'll be using those two words a lot, so pay attention. Okay. Everyone loves hair color because it has the ability to give you a subtle or a bold change, Hair color comes in three types: semi-permanent, demi-permanent, and permanent. Semi-permanent is a color that doesn't need to be mixed with a developer. It's mostly referred to as a direct dye. Think of brands like Pravana, Pulp Riot, Cellophane, Manic Panic, and Adore. It doesn't penetrate the hair strand, it just stains and washes out after a number of shampoos. On porous hair, I found that it stays a little longer and it can be really, really hard to get out. Even though they fade, there is still some color left on the hair that can interfere with an upcoming color service. Demi-permanent color is color that's mixed with a very low developer like a 10 or lower. These are typically used as toners and colors to enhance or darken the natural tone of hair. Demis don't really penetrate the hair strand enough to permanently change the hair color drastically, which is why the color fades away after a number of shampoos. But the secret is, just because you don't see the color anymore doesn't mean it's completely gone. Sometimes when using lightener, the demi color can reappear. Permanent color is mixed with developer. Permanent color can darken or lighten the natural tone of hair. It actually does penetrate the hair strand to be able to allow the hair to be permanently changed. Developer comes in 4 volumes, 10 being the lowest. It only has the ability to deposit because it barely opens the cuticle for color. 20 volume provides 2 levels of lift. It can lift and deposit color. This is great to use when coloring gray resistant hair. 30 volume provides 3 levels of lift and 40 provides 4 levels of lift. But hair color has its challenges. When changing the color of someone's natural hair permanently, you start to expose the underlying pigment of their hair, and depending on what color you want to go towards, you may need to balance, cancel, or enhance what is exposed. Natural hair color is described in levels, 1 being the darkest color and 10 being the lightest. The underlying pigment of all levels are warm. Did you hear that? Did you hear me? Move you weave. Did you hear what I said? All levels are warm. Addressing the underlying pigment will help you tremendously when trying to reach your desired hair color goal. For instance, if your client brings in this picture and has this starting level, you'll need to know what complementary color on the color wheel will cancel out the warmth in hair to get her closest to her desired color. Did you know that even coloring someone's hair red takes color theory to achieve the best red? Yes, even though red is warm and all underlying pigments are warm, those underlying pigments can still alter how rich or how off target a red can come out to be. For example, I had a coworker who colored her hair red all the time. Her natural color was about a 2 or a 3. She loved the bright, true red without having to lighten her hair first. So she would use red violet. To get that result, she said that when she would use red alone, her hair will always turn out to be like this ugly, coppery, reddish toned red, and she hated that. Always pay attention to the starting level of the natural tone of hair and then look at the desired tone of color. If the color looks more neutral, you'll want to go for a color that's more cool toned on the color wheel. Adding a warm toned color onto hair that pulls warm will only give you a warmer outcome. When highlighting hair or even taking it completely blonde, knowing when to balance, cancel, or enhance is even more important. Again, pay attention to that inspiration picture and pay attention to the natural level to anticipate how it will lift. Balancing out blonde hair is balancing what you see, keeping enough warmth and coolness to it so that it doesn't look like the color of pee, brassy, or like they've been shampooing their whole life in untreated water, or that it doesn't look so dull and flat like you've overtoned it. Canceling out the unwanted tones you see in blonde hair is when you don't want any warmth in the hair and you want it as cool as possible. People who love platinum hair like the whites and the silvers will often say this. The cooler the blonde, the brighter it looks. But really the tea on making a bright blonde is adding a little bit of warmth. Enhancing the tone in blonde hair is exactly what you think it is. It's making the tone you see more pronounced. I still tone people who request a warmer blonde to add a little balance to the warmth. Most times I feel like with warm blondes, they look very brassy or a bit orange when they don't have any cool tones in them. When toning blonde hair, I learned to use the level finder with my phone and turn on the camera and put it on the noir setting. Hold the level finder up to the client's hair and hold the phone over both. It will help you to see what level the client's hair is so you know what level toner you need to use to help you balance, cancel, or enhance what you see. I learned this tip in a hairstylist group and it was so helpful to me. I know these videos were quick, but I didn't want to overwhelm y'all with information. With a topic like this, it's easy to lose people along the way because there's so much terminology and so many rules being explained all at one time. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this series and I hope that you guys gained some understanding on the basics of color theory, and I really want you guys to remember that it's you that makes you beautiful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace! You sick of this.